Football now, and Swindon's impressive league form will be tested tonight. They're up against second-place Leeds United in front of what's likely to be a sellout crowd at the county ground. Alistair Durden is there. Alistair, are there any tickets left?
Hello, Alex. Well, actually, no. The last ones went about half an hour ago, which means someone's going to want it in the next hour or so. It does mean it'll be Swindon's biggest crowd of the season, just under 15,000 here at the county ground. The reason for that really is twofold. Leeds United are here, long-time leaders of the division, probably still favourites to win it come May, but also the form of Swindon Town recently. 8 wins out of the last 10 has put them firmly into the top 6. They've had a great first half of the season, which means they've got a real chance of going for promotion. Well, I spoke to manager Danny Wilson just this afternoon. It's fair to say he's taking nothing for granted at the moment.
We've achieved nothing, have we? Like we'd always say, we haven't done anything yet at the moment in time other than give ourselves an opportunity, to stick in there. We've had some good results recently, as you well know. A massive game this evening for us. But, whatever result it is tonight, that still won't cement anything for us, for the end of the season. We really have to keep pushing forward and keep trying to having that consistency we've shown in recent months.
Leeds United have been the team to catch all season. Do you think you could still reel them in?
Yes, I do. I don't think there's any reason why you shouldn't think that way either, because I think it's historically well documented that teams who had a big lead at a certain part of the season, particularly the halfway point, that they never win by that margin. So you do reel them back in. There are little dips in form. There are unusual results at certain times of the season that enables you to be able to do that. And I think we've got to believe that can happen again.
Well, the real success story of this season is proving to be Swindon Town. They've now won 9 of their last 11 games in the league, and their latest victims were second-place Leeds United. Fans are starting to believe this is going to be their year. A standing ovation for Swindon's players, for whom winning is becoming a happy habit. This was the club's biggest crowd of the season, and while the support is growing, so is the optimism.
Promotion via the playoffs so we can get a day out at Wembley. Got to be done.
If Charlie and Painter are on form as they are at the moment, without a doubt I think we're going to have a promising finish to the end of the season.
If we get to Wembley, then we've never been beaten at Wembley, so, hey.
This was a result that signalled intent. Leeds have led the division nearly all season, but they were comfortably second best. Charlie Austin's 9th goal in 10 appearances set the tone. His partnership with Billy Painter has proved the key for Swindon over the last 2 months. Painter's now in the form of his life, adding 2 more last night. And their goals have turned Swindon into genuine contenders, and they do have games in hand on all the clubs above them.
We've just got to try and keep things on an even keel now, rather than get excited. We've still got 21 games to go. And there's a lot of points to play for, so we've just got to keep going ourselves and see where it takes us.
Third place Charlton are next to come to the county ground on Saturday week. They have been warned.
A sellout at the county ground in Swindon, and after their cup heroics at White Hart Lane, Leeds stayed in the south for this match. 13 minutes in, Swindon took the lead. Was a familiar face on target. You'll have heard his name a few times in recent weeks. Charlie Austin has scored in all but 1 of his last 6 games. Simon Grayson, the league's manager, later described their performance as unacceptable. John Paul McGovern forcing a fine save from Casper Ankergren in the Leeds goal. Leeds did go close, Bradley Johnson, but the save from David Lucas stopped him from scoring an equaliser. On the hour, Swindon went 2 up. Lesinal Jean-Francois found Swindon's leading scorer Billy Painter. 3 in 3 for him now. 12 in the league this season. 2 minutes later, Austin pulled back by Ankergren. Referee Phil Gibbs said that was a penalty. Leeds protest to no avail. And it was left to Billy Painter to convert from the spot. 3-0, and surely no way back now for Leeds. Swindon heading towards their 4th consecutive victory. Luciano Becchio hit the bar before the end, but a 2nd successive defeat for Leeds.
Swindon's biggest crowd of the season turned out for the visit of Leeds. 14,500 fans were packed into the county ground as the Robins look for their first win over United in 20 years. Since their FA Cup win at Old Trafford, Leeds haven't won in 4 League and Cup games, and they fell behind here on 13 minutes. Charlie Austin claimed his 9th of the season. Swindon kept on pressing the Leeds defence, and after a spell of head tennis, the hosts came close to doubling their lead through John Paul McGovern. Kasper Ankergren pulled off an outstanding save to keep it 1-0 at the break. Leeds brought on Luciano Becchio for the second half, and the Argentine's header led to a chance for Bradley Johnson. David Lucas's save proved crucial. The hosts doubled their advantage shortly afterwards, as Leeds conceded 2 goals for the 4th competitive game in a row. On the hour mark, Billy Painter stole in to score his 15th of the season in League and Cup. It got worse for Simon Grayson's side just 3 minutes later, when Swindon were given a penalty. Ankergren denied Austin a scoring opportunity, but the Dane managed to escape a red card. Painter scored his 2nd of the game and upped his tally to 16 for the season to make it 3-0. Swindon's 4th straight league win was all but assured. Leeds endeavoured to salvage some pride before the end by adding some respectability to the scoreline. Becchio was the player who struck the crossbar, and more disappointment followed. The Argentine striker found the target, only to see the goal ruled out after the referee had spotted an infringement. Despite their 2nd successive league defeat, Leeds remain in 2nd place. Swindon kept their playoff hopes alive with their 6th straight home win.
Impressive as they beat 2nd place Leeds 3-0. Billy Painter's header on the hour mark made it 2-0 after an early goal from Charlie Austin. Painter completed the scoring from this penalty spot. Swindon have now won 9 of their last 11 league games.
Went ahead in the first half through Charlie Austin's 9th goal in 9 games. Top scorer Billy Painter then scored twice after the break to take his tally for the season to 16 as Swindon recorded their 4th successive league win.